Welcome back to Épinay in the heart of the French Champagne region on day 2 of our tour. The morning had started fine, and with our boots and gloves all dried out from the previous day's rain and snow, we gathered outside the hotel for a ride out to 2 more champagne houses and a visit to the city of Reims. Jeff and I left the hotel slightly behind the main convoy in a small group of about 5 bikes. We were fairly confident that we'd find our way, but I'm afraid that's when all the fun started. As you can probably gather, we're completely and utterly lost. Reminds me of a Bonnie Tyler song. What's it up there, that garage? Do you know where we're going? Right, follow him. Follow that bike. You see, one of the problems is roundabouts, because what we would refer to as the 3rd exit on a roundabout in France becomes the 1st exit, because of course you go round the opposite way. Confusing? Well, yes, it can be. You know, the problem is all the road signs are in French. That's the problem. If they were in English, we'd have no trouble. There we go. Hold on to your hats. And so, completely lost, we decided to forego the first champagne house and head straight for Reims Cathedral and await the arrival of the main group. Tour leader Alistair had noticed that some bikes were missing, and after a quick mobile telephone conversation, he agreed to collect us from Reims and lead us to the champagne house to join the main bunch.
We've got 86 people spattered all over Reims at the moment.
I shall follow. Okay then. You've
all right, deep joy.
And so finally, all together, we had a tour of the cellars and an explanation of the champagne production. Then, of course, the tasting and a chance to catch up with some of the others to see how they were enjoying the tour.
Right, Joules and Graham, first time, as I understand it, on an MCI tour,
yep,
true?
It's brilliant,
yeah. And you've enjoyed it so far?
Absolutely, yeah.
Not drunk too much?
Pardon? I've drunk, yeah, a nice lot.
but it is good. You've liked the biking part, and you've learnt a lot champagne-wise.
Oh, loads, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And different tastes, and it's amazing the different tastes that there are. You think of a bottle of champagne as just a bottle of champagne, and it's not.
So I'll ask you some questions on champagne later, shall I?
All right.
Graham, how have you found it? You've been the pilot, because you're the rider, and you're on the BMW 12?
Yeah.
11?
K1100 LT.
Yeah,
I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and it's been well organised as well. They've really looked after us, even right from off the ferry. You know, it's a meeting when we got off, and thoroughly enjoyed it.
So have you done continental touring before without being...
Yeah. We came with Pidcock Motorcycles in Long Eaton, and we've done a Germany run there, and that was very good as well. Yeah. So we thought give it MCI a go.
Yeah, and well, why not? And so has this given you a taste for sort of more of these sort of party tours, or...?
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely has.
Yeah, we've met some new people, and we're just making new friends all the time, and we've all got the same thing in common. Yeah, it
What's
really
that?
Is.
Yeah. Is that booze or bike?
Well, according to MCR, this has been the most popular one, and I think the mention of champagne has actually done it for them.
Keely and Steve, now you're regulars on these MCI tours, as I understand it. Gluttons for punishment?
Some might say. No, we just enjoy it so much.
So have you been on one of these champagne tours before?
No,
or?
first time.
This is just like a short haul, really. I mean, the first trip we did to the Dolomite Mountains was a 3,000-mile round trip. So yeah, there was a lot of riding, where this is really just a quick jaunt, sample some champagne, hopefully a bit of sunshine, and then home again.
And how do you get on in the Dolomites for weather? Because I mean, when we had that snow, it surprised us all, didn't it, yesterday?
Yeah, in fact, the week before we went on the trip, we were watching some cycling on the TV, and there was snow, and I think we're going there in a week's time. When we got there, although it was a little bit changeable, it was fine. Yeah.
But it wasn't as cold as this, believe it or not, and you were so far up that we were amazed that we weren't cold.
Yeah. Frozen to the core, as it were. It was bad enough.
Yeah, it just seems strange to be riding your bikes and watching people ski by the side of the road, which we were doing at the top of one of the passes. Yeah.
So doing something like this is sort of a semi-educational. It's a social thing, because you must know lots of people on this tour, yeah?
Yeah, I've seen one or two people that we've seen previous trips.
Yeah.
So it's nice to meet up with them and catch up on what you've been doing in between.
Right, and you fitted in some champagne tasting in between.
Bit, yeah.
And so you're experts now?
I've learned a lot more about it.
Know how to drink it.
Knew that before.
Well, I'll drink to that. But one man who wasn't laughing quite so much was the rider of a CBR 600, which had picked up a rather large nail in its rear tyre. And how's this for the very latest design in tyre profile? A Yamaha GTS after hundreds and hundreds of miles in a straight line. Different, eh?
But if I had punctured it and then repaired it with the shape of that now, it's like a square tyre I've got, isn't it?
It'd be really terrible to ride on.
Yes.
Well, both riders managed to get new rear tyres that afternoon as we made the short trip back into Reims town centre for a spot of lunch, before leaving once again to sample some more champagne and to meet some more riders.
So we're leaving Reims on the M51, following signs for Epinay. Turn left onto the D26, right, signposted Vella.
And then follow the route to Rustique de Champagne.
Right, okay. Continue through Luz.
And we end up at a V's for a tasting of champagne.
Now, we've all come out for a ride on our bikes today to visit this champagne house and to sample the champagne, but not everyone's come on bikes. See, Malcolm and Jono, you've not come on. Why haven't you come on your bike, Malcolm?
Oh, well, we had a walk around Epinay.
Yeah.
And by the time we got back, we were going to train into Reims, but when Fiona, the organiser, said, I'm going there, I can drop you off in the car.
Oh, right.
So we've had a grand walk around Reims, so we're experts on that and Epinay, and we had a lovely lunch, and we've met up with the bikers here. It was a lovely sunny day. Yesterday it was atrocious.
It was atrocious,
We should have come on the bikes today.
Let me ask you, are you hardened tourers, you guys?
Oh, very hardened, yes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, are you regular tourers on your bikes?
Well, I've done 4,000 miles in 4 years.
Have you? Are you a
No, we go out every Sunday with the club,
right?
And we just go up to 200 or 300 miles for the whole day,
right.
And we get back. That's only good weather. We are sunny motorcyclists.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, is there?
Nothing at all. No, that's where the fun is.
Yesterday got a bit painful, didn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I was going to say something on the balcony up there, and I thought. We few, we happy few, we band of brothers. There will be them a bed tonight will feel accursed that they were not on our trip yesterday. And they will hold their manhood cheap. Now, that is Shakespeare.
Is it?
I think he wrote a Fireblade, I'm not sure.
So your first time is you haven't been foreign touring before?
No, not foreign touring. We've done a little bit in England, but not really too far. This is the furthest we've been, which is probably clocked up 300 or 400 miles so far.
So how have you found it?
Well, the bike's doing really well. You need to keep moving around. It's sort of there's a sports position on it, but
because you're on a CBR6, yeah?
A CBR 600, yeah. It's if you're not too big, there's plenty of room on it for two. And my wife's not too big either.
What about you, Suzanne? How have you enjoyed it?
Yeah, I've had a really good time.
You're soaking up the sun at the moment, but you welcomed that, did you? Yeah. And so how have you found the journey down then?
Quite tiring, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Was that the cold or?
A bit the cold and the wet, and also I don't really ride on it much, so it's quite a long way
So
for
a bit
me.
of a novelty.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And so has this converted you to foreign touring or?
Oh, we'll come again.
Yeah.
I'd like to learn a little bit more of the language actually, so that I could break through a bit more. Getting lost and finding your way around, obviously a lot easier if you can speak a bit of the language. But no, it's been good. It's an experience. It's tiring, of course, and I think most tourers would probably say it's tiring, especially a long time in the saddle.
You two are sports bike riders on this event, this little tour. How are you finding the R1 first off, Richard?
Oh, it's fine. You can tour on any bike you like, can't you? I mean, it's got its limitations, but I don't have the problem with the riding position on it. It's fairly uncompromising, but I've done 14,000 in 2 years, and yeah, for me it works.
Yeah, because you're an MCI regular, aren't you? So
yeah, this is my 7th. But I've done a couple of down to the bowl when it was down at the circuit Paul Ricard.
I remember you.
Yeah, that's right. You were there on that one on your VFR.
Yeah, that's right.
No, great. No, and I like the tours. They're friendly, well organised, they're good value, and for me it's good. Yeah.
What about you, Adrian? Because this is a first for you, yeah?
This is my second MCI tour. I went to Le Mans a couple of years ago, but great.
Yeah.
And I had the bike 3 weeks now.
Oh, have you?
Been a bit of a rush, bought a bike, leathers, boots, the whole lot, and enjoying it.
Yeah, and you've got the Kawasaki, yeah? So
Yeah, ZX6, good fairing. It's okay.
Yeah.
I don't struggle.
No, so you'd say the same as Richard, really? The sort of sports road, it's just no hindering to touring?
No. I went to Le Mans on my 750, no problem at all. Been to Scotland on the 750, it's good as gold.
Yeah.
Well, they're the riders, but what about the tour organiser? What does he get out of it? Well, Jeff asked him, and we can find out next week.